Hey guys, Wet Movie 1 here, coming by to say, Jammin' Music Man, you are the goddamn king of YouTube, man. Keep on rocking. Wet Movie is part of your posse, man, or you're part of the crew. Posse, I'm part of your crew. Whatever it may be. But if you guys are watching this right now, hit that subscribe button. You won't be sorry. And James, I love you, man.
What's up, guys? It's me, Jammin' Music Man, and welcome to my all-new video. And with the Halloween season upon us, I thought I would do a horror movie watch list for 2022 where I give you guys a list of what horror movies that I watch on Halloween night. So, let the Halloween horror movie madness begin. Alright, you guys, my number one go-to film that I watch on Halloween night, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you out there watch this film. It's probably your number one go-to on Halloween night. It's a classic. It's a masterpiece of horror. I think you know what I'm talking about. It's the 1978 John Carpenter classic, Halloween. Oh man, what can you say about this film? For me, this was the gateway film to loving horror films. I remember back in the 90s, Pizza Hut had this deal where if you got a pizza, a certain pizza, you would get a free VHS copy of Halloween, and I did, and I fell in love in this film. But then soon thereafter, I went and bought Halloween 2, and I loved it. In fact, I used to watch Halloween 2 a little bit more than the original. But man, the plot of this film is real simple. Michael Myers escapes from the mental ward, and he returns to his hometown of Haddonfield, Illinois, and he's on a killing spree. And you get Donald Pleasance's character, Dr. Loomis, spending a good majority of the film trying to find Michael Myers. And you also get Jamie Lee Curtis in here, and one of her first starring roles as she plays Laurie Strode. And this is the film that made Jamie Lee a scream queen. And I always loved the final moments of the film when Dr. Loomis breaks in the house and shoots Michael Myers, and you know, Dr. Loomis thinks Michael Myers is dead, and then the next scene, you see Michael Myers' body missing, and then you get that creepy Halloween music. I always love that. But this is the 25th anniversary edition Blu-ray, and the special features you get audio commentary with John Carpenter and Jamie Lee Curtis. You get a short little documentary called The Night She Came Home. That's a documentary where Jamie Lee goes to her first horror convention in her career. And also you get, on location, 25 years later, another little documentary, and also you get TV version footage of the film, the original trailer, and you get TV and radio spots. But yes, I love this film right here. In fact, I think people love this Halloween a little bit more than the modern day Halloween films. But this is a must go to. You got to check this out Halloween night. Now this next one right here, one of my all-time favorite zombie films, a classic. In fact, this is the godfather of the zombie films. And if you haven't seen it, you got to check it out. And it's the 1968 George A. Romero classic, Night of the Living Dead. Oh man, I love this film. Of course, George A. Romero, the king of the zombie films. And this film right here, if you've never seen it, the plot's pretty simple. It revolves around this group of people. They trap themselves in this house. There's a zombie outbreak going on, and they pretty much spend the majority of the film trying to figure out how they're going to get out of this house and escape from these zombies. And I always love the beginning moments of this film where Barbara and her brother are in the graveyard. They're trying to find their aunt's grave site, and Barbara's brother sees this person walking in the graveyard, and he always says that classic line, "They're coming for you, Barbara. Look, there's one of them now." I always love that. But if you've never seen it, you got to check it out. And I love that it's in black and white. And like I said, one of the best zombie films. Now this next one, another zombie classic, one of my favorite 80s horror films. some of you guys might know what I'm talking about. It is The Return of the Living Dead. Oh man, this is another classic right here. Basically the plot of this film, pretty much like Night of the Living Dead, it's about this military nerve gas gets released and wakes the dead up, and it's about these group of friends. It's an eclectic group of friends. It's very 80s. These group of friends are like, some of them are punk rockers, and you also get like this preppy girl, and they spend a good majority of the film trapped in like this military warehouse with these other two guys, and they're trying to figure out how the hell are they going to get out of here. You got these, you know, killer zombies going on, and it's a fun horror movie. It's a mix of horror and comedy, and I think everybody remembers Tar Man from this film, the big tall zombie in this film. Everybody refers to him as Tar Man. Like I said, this is a classic. If you like horror and comedy, you would love this, and I highly recommend checking it out. Alright you guys, this next film I'm about to show you, it's one of my all-time favorite horror films, one of the best horror films of the 70s, and the film I'm talking about is the 1974 classic, The Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Oh man, if you've never seen it, you gotta check this one out. I think everybody knows Leatherface from this film, and I know there's been you know, many sequels since the original. Like, I love the original. I love Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, and I did like the 2003 remake, but this film right here is my go-to Texas Chainsaw Massacre film, and everybody knows Leatherface from this franchise, and of course Leatherface was based off of the Ed Gein, the real-life serial killer Ed Gein, who would kill people and, you know, take their skin and make a mask out of it. He was a messed up dude. But the plot of this film is about these young adults who want to take their friends to their aunt and uncle's old homestead just to spend a nice sunny day of relaxing, but little do they know that Leatherface and his family are out and about and ready to kill. But I love this film. If you love those 70s grindhouse horror films, you would love this. And like I said, you got to check this one out on Halloween night. Now, this next film right here is one of my favorite horror remakes. The original came out in the 50s, and I always loved this remake. Came out in 1988. The film I'm talking about is The Blob. Oh man, this film right here stars Kevin Dillon, Matt Dillon's brother. The plot of this film is about this meteorite that hits this small town that contains like this killer ooze, this blob that kills people, that just keeps growing and growing, and the government has to come in to figure out how they're going to stop this killer blob. But it's a great film if you've never seen it. I know it's on Blu-ray now. I've just had this DVD for many years. In fact, this is one of the first DVDs I ever bought. But you got to check out the 1988 remake of The Blob. Now, this next film right here, it's the sequel. I don't have the original, even though I love the original, but the film that I'm talking about is one of my all-time favorite horror anthology films. And the film I'm talking about is Creepshow 2. Oh man, I love Creepshow 2. In fact, I think I love it a little bit more than the original, but what can you say? Great horror anthology film. You get, I believe you get 3 tales in this film. One about a wooden Indian. I always love the one about the killer tar in the lake, and then you get one about the hitchhiker. I know Stephen King was behind the Creepshow films back in the 80s. And I know there was a Creepshow 3. I've never seen it, but I know it's gotten really bad reviews. But I love the first one and the second one. And if you like, you know, horror tales, check out Creepshow 1 or Creepshow 2. Alright you guys, these next set of DVDs I'm about to show you are probably some of the most beloved, popular horror films in the horror genre. And this first DVD, one of my favorites, is the 1982 classic Sam Raimi's The Evil Dead. I love this film right here. I also love Evil Dead 2, Army of Darkness, and I did like the remake. I have the remake, but I always go to the original Evil Dead. It's a classic, and this is the film that made Bruce Campbell a horror icon. If you've never seen it, you gotta check it out. Basically, the plot of this film, it revolves around these these two young adult couples. They just want to spend a weekend in a log cabin out in the woods, and they find this book and they read passages from this book, and it releases, you know, these evil demons, and Bruce Campbell's girlfriend and the two other couples, they end up turning into like these evil demon zombies, and Bruce Campbell has to spend the rest of this film fighting off these evil zombie demons who were once his girlfriend and his friends. And of course, this movie is well known for its special effects and gore. And of course, it's directed by Sam Raimi, who would go on to direct the Spider-Man films. But the original Evil Dead, yeah, man, if you've never seen it, you got to check it out and watch it on Halloween night. Now, this next DVD set I'm about to show you, of course, this is one of the most beloved horror franchises of all time, and it's the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise. I highly recommend checking out any one of these Nightmare on Elm Street films, but for me, the original is always the best. I always love Part 3, The Dream Warriors. We're the Dream Warriors. Always love that one. Part 4, what was Part 5? The Dream Child. I think after Part 5, The Dream Child, is when the franchise was really started to, you know, to wane. And then you also get Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare. That was kind of a fun one. And then you get Wes Craven's New Nightmare, and you get Freddy vs. Jason on this little set right here. I found this at Walmart a few years back. But yeah, like I said, any one of these Nightmare on Elm Street. Alright, you guys, this next DVD I have right here, another one of the most popular franchises in the horror genre, and that's the Friday the 13th films right here. And what I got right here is the Ultimate Collection. You get all 8 of the Friday the 13th films. The reason why I got this is because it had the Jason hockey mask. I know it's cracked right here, and I need to update my Friday the 13th film collection. But yeah, you get all 8 films with this little set right here. But yeah, if you've never seen any of these Friday the 13th films, you gotta check them out. Of course, the original Friday the 13th didn't have Jason in it, or the killer wasn't Jason. The killer was his mother. Then after that, we would see Jason be the killer. And as the franchise moved along to Part 3, that's when Jason would get that classic hockey mask, which everybody pretty much knows. But I highly recommend checking out any of the Friday the 13th films if you've never seen it. They're a great franchise. And my favorite is Part 1 through 4. And then after Part 4, it's pretty much hit and miss. I love Part 6, Jason Lives. I actually met the actor who played Jason in Part 6, C.J. Graham, years ago. But yeah, if you've never seen any of the Friday the 13th films, you gotta check them out. Alright, you guys, these next 3 set of films I'm about to show you are directed by one of my all-time favorite horror movie directors, and that's Italian film director Lucio Fulci. He made some classic horror zombie films during his career, and these next 3 set of films I'm going to show you, I'm not going to go into too much about the plot of these films, except that they pretty much revolve around zombies. But this first one is one of my all-time favorite horror zombie films, and that's 1979 Zombie. This is the Blue Underground DVD releasing of the film. There's many editions of this film out there. I know it's on Blu-ray, 4K. Maybe you guys might remember years ago this viral video of zombie versus shark. Well, that viral video is from this movie right here. But this is one of my all-time favorite horror films. If you've never seen it, you got to check it out. And this next one right here, it's The House by the Cemetery, one of Lucio Fulci's classic zombie films right here. If you've never seen it, I highly recommend checking it out. And then this next one right here, it's from 1982. It's City of the Living Dead. This is the Blue Underground releasing. Another great zombie classic if you've never seen it. But like I said, Lucio Fulci, a classic of horror and a classic of zombie films. And once again, I highly recommend checking out Zombie, City of the Living Dead, and House by the Cemetery. Alright, you guys, this last and final film that I'm going to recommend to you guys to check out on Halloween night. This film right here is one of the most controversial horror films of all time. This movie was banned in a lot of countries when it was released. And the film I'm talking about is the 1980 horror classic, Cannibal Holocaust. Now, if you've never seen this film, fair warning, it is shocking if you've never seen it. Basically, this film right here, it's a found footage horror film. It's the godfather of found footage horror films, way before the Blair Witch Project or Paranormal Activity. This is the one that started it all right here. But when this film was released, it was banned in a lot of countries. It made the Video Nasties list, which was a list of banned films in England back in the 80s. The director of the film, Roger Deodato, was taken to trial where he had to prove that the death scenes in this film were fake. But I will say there's some animal death scenes in this film that are definitely real. You just have to see this film to see it for yourself. But fair warning, it is shocking and it is gruesome if you've never seen it. But guys, I hope you enjoyed this horror movie watch list. Be sure to give this video a like, comment, subscribe to my channel. Links to my Twitter and my Instagram in the description box below. And go back and check out some of my past videos. But guys, I hope you have a happy and safe Halloween. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. And I will see you guys next time. Happy Halloween.